I'm Miss Lee, the Year 5 Tony Owls teacher.
And I'm Miss Benson, the Year 5 Sparrowhawk teacher.
And we're just going to show you a presentation and explain how the school year is going to work, how the daily routines are going to work, and hopefully give you a bit more clarity about that.
Sorry, I think I'm pressing the wrong thing. Entire screen?
No, tab.
The Chrome tab, sorry.
Just some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Oh, just bear with us. Sorry, it's a bit slow. Oh, okay, so as I said, obviously I'm Miss Lee, the Tony Owl teacher, and helping me in the class are Belinda Collis. She helps every morning except Wednesday, and Heather Retta, she helps sports every afternoon. And then Wednesday morning we have Mr. Dolan, who the children know from last year.
So in Sparrowhawk class, there is Mr. Dolan, who is with us on a Monday morning, and then we've got Heather Tuesday to Friday morning, and Mr. Mustafa every afternoon.
So this year at Lark Rise, we've got a new mission, vision and values. And the key thing you need to remember is that we are trying to inspire through creativity, kindness and adventure. Each term, each class has an inquiry question which is linked to their core text. And this term, our inquiry question is what is truly precious, which is based on what we're learning about in our core text, which is a novel called The Boy at the Back of the Class. The children have already been enjoying reading it, and I think they're going to get a lot out of it. So I hope they've been telling you about it.
So this year we have been thinking about some new behaviour for learning expectations, and we are thinking about this by being the best you can be, and that is through being kind and meeting the challenge. In terms of rewards, we're thinking about positive behaviour management. So initially we were thinking about praise, so giving verbal praise, and then moving on to they might get a school token, and that will come with a wow slip. Children could also get a postcard or a phone call to tell their family about how fabulous they have been. And we will also be having weekly golden awards, which will be filmed and sent home to parents.
So yeah, as Ms. Benson said, we are encouraging the children to be the best they can be through being kind and meet the challenge. Of course, people always make mistakes and everything doesn't always go right. So in order to get back on track and continue with their learning, we would remind the child. So if they're doing a behaviour which is not acceptable in the class, we would remind them. If they continue to make a poor choice, we would remind them again and then give them the choice. So say, you can choose now to join in with the rest of the class, or then there would be appropriate consequence depending on the situation, age of the child and so on. If they continue to make a poor choice, they would then have some reflection time in the class. If that was not effective or they refused to comply with that, they would then have time away from the class. And after that, we would have a chat with them, with the teacher and any other adults who were involved about how their behaviour affected others. And then, if necessary, we would also contact the family, and the teacher would use their judgment on whether it would be necessary to contact the family or not.
So in terms of the school day, both classroom doors will be opening in the morning at 8:40, and then thinking about settling and registration starting at 8:50. The children should sanitize their hands when they first arrive, and if they're entering or leaving the classroom throughout the day. We do a thorough soapy wash at lunchtime after they've gone to the toilet, which is one at a time, or if they need to blow their nose. Please send your child in each day with a named water bottle. There will be some available from the office shortly, as we can't share cups or drinking at the moment.
So break time begins at 10:30 and it ends at 10:45. The children go to a zone on the playground, which is with their bubble, so the Year 5 bubble. And we ask that you do send a snack for them to have at that time, because they do get quite hungry. And the zone on the playground changes each week, so the children will get a chance to go on different parts of the playground as the weeks go on. At 12, we stop for lunch. They go out to play again on the playground, come back in at 12:35, where they eat their dinner in the classroom, and lunch ends at 1 p.m. The classroom door will open at 3 for home time, when you can collect your child.
Children should be bringing a bag with them for any books that they're bringing to school, their snack, and anything else that they might need. If your child needs to take any medication, you first need to complete a form in the front office. And if your child has asthma, can you please make sure that asthma pumps are in date? PE is going to be outside twice a week, so both our sessions will be outside at the moment. So we ask that children bring a named PE kit, so with shorts or trousers, trainers, a Larkwell t-shirt if you've got one. They're going to be available via Parrot Mill soon. And they should come in on a Monday ready for PE for that week. Sparrowhawk have got their first session with me on a Monday, and Tawny Owl have a session with Miss Lee on a Tuesday. And then both classes will have their second PE session on a Thursday at different times, and that will be with Mr. Dempsey. So children can wear their kits home that day.
Obviously, absence is a tricky topic at the moment, but we do encourage children to attend school as much as possible. You only need to keep them at home if they have the following symptoms: a high temperature, so they should feel hot on their body, on the chest, and the back. And if you have got a thermometer, it will be considered 38 degrees Celsius or above. If they have a new and continuous cough, so that would mean coughing for more than 1 hour, or 3 or more coughing episodes in 24 hours. If they normally do have a cough, if it is worse than usual, and a loss or a change to your sense of smell or taste. It's because most people with coronavirus have at least one of these symptoms. If your child has any of these symptoms, and in relation to COVID, so if they've got a temperature because they've got an ear infection, that wouldn't count, and they should not be at school, so you need to keep them home. If you think they have got the symptoms of coronavirus, you need to get a test. Information about getting a test has gone out in the school newsletter. I know it's been very tricky at the moment, but that is still the advice. They should then stay at home and not have any visitors until you get the test result. And the child and the family should self-isolate.
So now thinking about home learning and blended learning. So we are currently preparing to use Google Classroom in the unlikely event of another lockdown. And eventually we're going to use this for children who do need to self-isolate for 14 days so that they can access what we're doing at school still and be able to receive some feedback from their teachers too. So until Google Classroom is embedded and we've sorted it out properly, teachers will send home activities for any children who are under quarantine.
Obviously, reading with your child is very important, especially encouraging them to develop a love of reading. It's really one of the most important things you can do to support their future and success. We've chosen a really diverse group of books as our core texts. We're very excited to read them and use them as a drive for our Inspire curriculum. Children should still have access to book club if they've been using that. And we also we will have, they're not there yet, but we will have a set of book club books in the classroom which the children can borrow at any time they want, and we're going to have a big launch about that soon.
So once we have all the book club books sorted, children will be able to bring books home, share with you at least weekly, and usually these books will be including aspirational or learning texts, which children will need your support to read, and a book of their choice, which they can also enjoy independently. And books will be put into quarantine for at least 72 hours on their return back to school before being sent home to another household.
So there's lots of upcoming dates. I'm not going to read through them all because I'm sure you can see them on the newsletter. I've just highlighted this one, which I think is the most relevant to us, which is the Upper Schools Day in Lynn, which will be until 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the 6th of October. Just to note that all these events will be done virtually. There won't be any events where people are actually coming into school in order to protect the bubbles.
And finally, we recognise educating a child is a team effort at Larkrise, and we really value our relationships with parents and the wider community. It's been nice to see some parents and carers back at school, even from a distance, and seeing the children back has been really lovely. So any quick messages that you can share at the start or end of the day with the teacher or another adult that's in the or you can email parents@larkridgeprimary.org. If you need to speak to us for a little bit longer, then you can contact the office to arrange a phone conversation with the teacher. And if you can offer any help or special expertise with any of our topics, that would be really wonderful. So please let us know.
And finally, we'd just like to say how much we've enjoyed returning to school. It was quite emotional the first day, seeing all the children coming in, and it's just been lovely getting back to normal, getting to know them again, and having a good time. So we're looking forward to the rest of the year. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Sorry, trying to end it. Bye.